So, hello to another night of gaming. This is Sven, your random IT guy. We're doing something a little bit different tonight. I just want to show you another game that I really enjoy playing at the moment. Question is, can we stream this properly? And also seem to get a bit of a cold or something. Body is struggling at the moment a bit. It's freaking cold outside, and it's also freaking cold in the game. So it's winter right now in my little town that I've built over last couple of months, and let's see what we can do. And I want to showcase this game a little bit because, in my opinion, this is a very nice game to play right now, even though it's in early access and has still its little flaws. Yeah, but like with so many games right now, nothing seems to be the finished, polished product right from the start. I think we have gotten away from this some many years ago, and the trend is more and more to kind of release something that is not quite finished yet. But that also gives, on the other hand, the community a chance to have their say in things, and that is always a good idea as well. And that feeds also into the rules issue that we got currently on this planet Earth. No matter where we look at it, people are questioning rules and regulations, and are those things good for us or not? So let's see and start with it a little bit, and I will share a bit of my thoughts a bit throughout the stream here. Just from me, if you're watching this for the first time, like I said, I'm Sven. I'm coming from an IT background, and I have decided to go back to streaming now after many years where I was busy with work life and didn't really have the time or the muse to kind of do it. But now that I'm getting a bit older, I feel that this is probably the way forward for me up to my pension age, which is for me roughly about 20 years away. And I want to just do something, or perhaps even give something back to the community out there. I've watched many of your videos and streams over the years, and in a way, I have my own thoughts on things, on life, and how things go. And I would just like to share this with you. So this is just at the beginning. So I've watched Raykit, who gave me the inspiration basically to go with Scum a little bit, and that's how I started. But it's by no means the only thing I'm going to do and showcase here. So definitely worth following the channel. Subscribe, it's free, guys. And if you enjoy the video or the stream, no matter how you watch it later on, then just leave a like. Would be nice and appreciated. It helps the channel to be found, first of all, in YouTube, and then help me grow this channel and provide better content and perhaps some other games. There are some games that are on the list of a friend of mine and me that we want to try. He recommended a few things, and we'll have a look at it in the next coming weeks. So tonight is Farthest Frontier. This is basically a medieval building simulator. It has a touch of Age of Empires. You build your town, and have to make sure that it's kind of that everything is supplied. Wood and stone and all those things that the town needs to eat, fields for produce, and you have things like creameries, cheesery, those kind of things, cheesemakers. Yeah, and I just have to look every now and then if my frame rate drops. There was a big drop and I got a warning earlier, but it seems to be okay for now. So this is early access, so it's not fully optimized. That means you have to spend a bit of time to get the right settings, just as with Scum. Let's see where we are at right now. I don't know which year we are in. It doesn't tell me here other than once a year. So this is way past year 100, I'd say. So 100 game rounds, basically 100 years. Yeah, so you have to spend a bit of time to play around in the settings. Okay, the messages that I get here are things about what's happening to villagers, for example. There is somebody who's stricken with dysentery. German, oh my god. It's cleanliness basically. Okay, so if there's no well close by where they can wash themselves or have no soap available to them, then yeah, people get sick. And as this person was working here or just coming from somewhere around here, long past back home, this can happen. So there will be fire sometimes, or the local bandits are trying to get back to you. Trying to kind of overtake and rob you blind, basically. They come in every now and then and try, so that's why I have lots of walls built up here. Yeah, to the settings, that's perhaps the first point I want to make. Just as I heard it again today, I will most likely do some sort of a video guide on settings in graphics, graphic settings in Scum, for example. Mega Hoof had lots of problems today, or is struggling for a while now to get this right. And when I was just hearing what he had to say today, my toenails start to curl inwards, you know. Just some minor things. I'm just through my, let's say, work life and all those things. I'm taught and trained to kind of analyze and listen to a customer, perhaps on the phone or something, and he's reporting you X, Y, or Z, and you kind of have to sift the non-important information from the important information and then kind of come to the right conclusion. So if I hear things, for example, like, oh yeah, my Wi-Fi doesn't work properly, and I have used DirectX 11, then I know right away what his problem is. Okay, so that's just that. So I probably just do a video on this, perhaps tomorrow or something. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So I made a nice deal in Scum yesterday, or this morning, I should say. Really, I found a key card that I sold for $10,000. Pretty handy, will help me. Also a reason why I play this here tonight and not be back in Scum, just in case if there are some guys lurking outside waiting for me to return back from the trader. So not to get shot in the head right away. Not that I would have the card on me anyway, but or the money, but just in general, don't want to lose my shit. So I leave those hungry sniper guys who are probably sitting outside the trader right now, day and night. I leave them wait a little bit. So yeah, that's fine. So to the settings, yeah, like just for so many other things nowadays, also maybe feeding into the rules is like we are kind of bound to believe certain things, and then based on that come to the wrong conclusion, kind of, for gaming. And that's also what I recommend to my customers here who buy a computer of me. I know, even though it's very popular in some areas, Wi-Fi is unfortunately never really that great of an idea. Wi-Fi is always only a second best option compared to a cable. Just a simple reason being that you don't have a shielded connection there, and if you have a room full of people who are also on the same Wi-Fi, or then you might have some neighbors, friends, whatever, either hooking up to the same box that you provide, or neighbors who seem to be on the same channel, Wi-Fi channel, then you create package loss. Okay, so that's just how that goes. So you wanna use a network cable as a gamer. Wi-Fi is always only emergency solution. There are some very good Wi-Fi cards out there, absolutely top, and no doubt they are better than the average kind of USB plug-in card or whatever, you know, for tenner. But still, even with that, you will not have a shielded connection. Okay, that's just how that is. You will always have package loss with Wi-Fi, way more than with yeah. And if you play then kind of a game that is based on who do you see first? Is it him or is it her? And whoever pulls that trigger first, and you might just have that package loss in that moment, and you might just see him a second later than he does. then the answer is clear. Okay, so there is just not an option for me, at least in my head, to use Wi-Fi. Now DirectX 11 and 12, yeah, the big difference between 11 and 12 is really that 12 makes use of all your cores. So right now, let me just see if I have, I don't know if I have a good example on this. Yeah, I could use core temp perhaps. Yeah, let me just see this one here. So this is how a little bit how the CPUs look like in the background, what they do. Okay, so I've set mine to overclock. I use still the old 3600. Okay, most people go like, oh my god, is this old and outdated? Yeah, that might be what you think, but I get the maximum out of it, so I don't really need an update just yet. Most of my games run, as you can see here, on, let's say, half of its performance or less. Okay, and it's all a matter of how to set those things. And DirectX 12 will make sure that all of your cores are basically used. Okay, while 11 is meant for older hardware. Back in the day when you had those Intel Core 2 Duos, for example, where you would have only 2 cores available, or Core 2 Quads where you had only 4 cores available, then the games like Scum would only make use of 1 or 2 cores maximum. Okay, while DirectX 12 will share the load among all equal cores, distributed equally between all the cores. So that means your graphics card has already right out of the box a better chance to kind of process all that information, because all the cores can hold that information before it's fed. Okay. So now when I hear those two things together, Wi-Fi and DirectX 11, then either he has like he's really in a pinch, and he might just be on a potato, in a place where he cannot lay a cable, or yeah, he just doesn't know what he's doing. So and with this not knowing, kind of creating perhaps even more issues down the line. Okay, yeah, but just my thoughts on this. This here again is not completely fully optimized. I get here right now about 34 frames, about 30 frames in 2K in Scum, which is a much higher paced game, with lots more information being pushed through than just those tiny little men here passing by. I get about 70-80 frames. Okay, this is the difference when a game is not fully optimized, because what you are looking at right now, the information you can see in the background is a little bit like blurred out, but it doesn't help to bring up the frames. So it's all a matter of making the tree look good while there's still less information in the tree, if you like, pixels. Yeah. So this is the art of designing those things. But I think for the moment it looks okay. I mean, by bitrate, there was a bit of a moment just when I did the transition where I thought like, ooh. But it can also be, you see, internet is not something like permanent. Like if you open a tap of water, there are lots of issues along the way. Domain name servers who might have a bad day needing a service, or are under maintenance already, and then the whole traffic is rerouted. So it's never really straightforward, okay, from A to B, what's happening. He might be right with the radio tower, that there's some problem with the ice. Here in Ireland, we have had for many years one of those cell broadcast towers that also holds Wi-Fi for some providers, that is running on a diesel generator in stormy situations or icy, snowy conditions. When you cannot reach the tower and the power line is cut to the tower, then the generator would kick in. And if there's nobody to refill the diesel, then yeah, you have a problem. Then it will just all go dark altogether. We had that more than once. So this whole entire technology is very flimsy, and that's why I say it's like Wi-Fi is never really that great of an option. Okay, so yeah, it's not here to lecture you or something, it's just sharing, making your own lives a little bit easier, because people are struggling hardcore with issues if you don't understand them. And it's the same with the rules. You know, I've just watched Asmongold's video on Black Desert Online there, which I played also some time ago, together with Jan and some other buddies of mine. And yeah, what is it with the rules, you know? It's not only in Black Desert Online where you see those things happening, but yeah, we always think like that rules are there to protect us, if you like, you know, or to protect something. Okay, if you imagine that you cross a crossroads with a traffic light and you jaywalk, basically, you know, then you do that at your own risk. You're outside of the framework, if you like, of what is found and meant to be saving you life versus time. But some people pressure more time than their own life. So that's another problem, you know. It's not always so straightforward if all rules make sense, you know, and if they really apply to you. There's so many different places that come up with the most ridiculous set of rules. And you as a human individual have to see if you want to kind of be part of this, support it in some way, you know, or not. Yeah. So this is a bit like nearly getting a rant. But yeah. So I'll have to focus a bit on the game as well, and I might share a few more things in a moment. I'll just have to look at what's going on. There's some villagers dying. There's some trade going on. So I have to see what the story is with the trader here. And just have a quick look if there's anything I can sell right now. I need some money, that's for sure. I'm at the point here where the income of what you generate with pubs and with the market and so on is not sufficient to kind of pay all the bills. So I have to export, basically. That's how this game works then. So you have a little market here, which reminds me a bit on Patrician back in the day, Patrician 3. That was a fantastic game. I also like this a lot. So perhaps we sell some candles. See if we can do that. So they have to be transported first to the trading center, which is basically this building here. Okay. So placed it in a strategically good location with lots of warehouses around. But it still takes a bit of time for those two guys here to carry the whole stuff and put it into this warehouse. Let's see what else we can do. There's something that I've already put in there. No. You would buy only stuff that I don't have anyway. So candles it is, I guess. I don't want to use the baskets or this because it's also goods that people use here to transport stuff and for their own luxury items here. Don't want to sell too much of that because they can run out really fast suddenly. Oh, yeah. Altogether, I've reached some sort of a limit here. There was a limit, an overall limit on how many inhabitants you can have in the town, and now it's more of a limit of how many goods can be produced to keep all those people happy. So for me, I have very long ways. Okay, I couldn't fit everything in one area. I think the area I started with was here, close from the water, to kind of get fish at the beginning and then develop the city further. And later on I had to kind of put a wall around this because the bandits would kind of just raid me left, right and center. So I said, okay, I do a ring of walls, kind of another section here, you know, but I'm not quite happy with the layout now, so I might have to just move the entire part and move it somewhere else. Now I can't really move the coal mine that is just here. This is just where the resource spawn is. Can't really change that, which is not really great because people obviously don't want to live around this area. So I can't really use this part here to put more houses. So I would probably need to go from here somewhere and then remove the fields and the graveyard. So this is a bit of a long-term project. So we'll see. For the moment, it works quite well. So income is quite great, but it's not entirely covering. You can see I always make a little bit of minus, but it's fine if as long as I sell some of the produced goods here to the trader. So that basically gives me peace for maybe 2 or 3 years, so that is okay. 8,000 is quite good. So this is only part. So this is kind of the heart of the city, if you like. But I had to go a little bit with the resources as well. And the resources are obviously not all at the same spot, so they are far out. I have, for example, a nice gold deposit up here. Okay. It's a bit of a, yeah, I don't know if it's a difficult map, but just from the distribution of those things. Then I had another mountain on the other side, which is this one here. And there's iron, deep iron mine, sand, endless sand pit, and gold here, which is, however, coming to an end. So already, I think, oh yeah, I have to click on the other thing. This one here. So yeah, this is not going to last forever, obviously. So I had to go the other way, and the other resources are already all used up that I had on this mountain. So I had a bit of a area here for all the miners, and that has to be addressed now as well, as there's no, well, there's a little bit of endless gold here as well. Could use that up as well. So there are a couple of projects I have to work on. I'm trying to optimize this. This is kind of my, just fix this here. So this building is kind of, it needs to be repaired, and yeah. This is my smithy area, smelters, glass makers, all those things together in one bunch. Just see if I have, yeah, desirability is obviously not great in those, so you have to put them far out because they produce a lot of smoke and fumes. So I've put another settlement here to deal with this. So yeah. Let's see what we can do tonight. I think best thing is to analyze a little bit what we have and what we need. Okay. So we have lots of iron ore, but not enough produced iron. Okay, so this is the problem that we have most of the time. There's several different places that need it. Yeah, used by Armory, obviously, Blacksmith Forge, the Cooper, Fletcher Workshop, Hunter's Lodge. Okay, so this is how this works. So it's not so straightforward. I have a couple of people working in here already. Let's see. Make sure that there's always somebody, you know, working. Usually, it's on. You can set it to autofill, but that can create a bit of havoc. So I don't really have enough people living in here. I grew very fast, very rapidly, and then reached a point where I could no longer supply even the most basic things. So it has to be kind of a growth that it comes naturally, if you like, a bit more sensible. Okay. And now after a downturn, I'm kind of heading back up again with the inhabitants, so slowly but surely. So I've had about 1,000 people already. But then I was running out of shoes, for example, because obviously it's very long ways. And the crux of the game right now is a bit the amount of farms that you can have, and perhaps also how much cows they can produce to create the leather that is required for the shoes. So I would probably need way more farms as well. That's one of those things. I got attacked last time here. So this is a bit of the crucial area, the war zone, if you like. They will always try, those bandits, to find your weak spots. Okay, so they might not attack here the next time. They might just come from another side, which is less well prepared. I had moved, I think, one of the towers up here. I wanted to, or moved it one away from here to here. Yeah, can't remember. I have to get back into this. I haven't played this in a while now. Let me just see what we can do. There, this one perhaps. This one a bit more up on the hilltop. So you can see the range that it gets with the plus. So that means it causes more damage down the hill, if you like. If it's standing on a hilltop, obviously it makes sense, right? So it should cover basically the sides. So I think that's what we're going to do, yeah. Okay, so what do we do? We probably wanna get one of those projects going here. I know there were a couple of houses, even so they all look occupied, that were not really occupied because I didn't have enough amenities, if you like. So I put a new theater to keep the people entertained. Yeah, this was a new settlement that I put there. I'd initially had a market there. Let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, and it's really cold and I forgot to get myself a coffee before I started. I just was busy getting the thumbnails ready and everything. So I was all busy with that. Coming up with some ideas to discuss, yeah, to head back to the rules. So I'll get myself a cup of coffee and then talk a bit more about rules. Okay, so I have to think about what we do with the farms there at the same time. Winter. Winter. Yeah, the rules. So water kettle is boiling. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny, you know, if you get kicked from Black Desert Online because comes out that the guy had a macro that he had used of some sort, even though he claims he never had. While by accident putting his headphones on that macro keyboard kind of, and that kind of played a couple of things. But then on the other hand, no investigation done. Yeah, I know. Should people just bring themselves to a point where they can't even get into a situation like that? You know, wouldn't that be the clever thing to do? You know, if you know that you can get banned. You know, ban is always this most dramatic word that hits you like a brick, you know, if it hits you. So, you know, but it's by no means end of world stuff, you know, it's just their little rules. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can say to, let's say, Black Desert Online is I've played it some time ago, and even though I had a good bit of time playing the game up to a certain point, so the early levels are really nice, fun, the way the quests are done and what you have to do and all those things, and the the cards and all those things. Very nice. But when you had to grind, then I don't know, 10,000 mobs in order to fill your crystals and stuff like that, it's just a chore, you know. So this is kind of running out of ideas in the end. In my opinion, it's just laziness, you know, to kind of really come up with some sort of proper end game. Yeah, that's what I can say to that. What my feelings are to this. So is it worse? You know, of course. I mean, he's having his stream with so and so many 800 concurrent viewers and all this. But it's not the only game, okay? And I don't think he's worse for wear after this, because obviously people are talking now about it, and controversy sells, you know. That's just how that is. Being impolite, on the other hand, doesn't sell very well. Yeah. So, yeah, listening a bit to the stuff from Ray Kid today as well. I don't know. I also watched, or used to watch, a lot of movies back when you have obviously some sort of family life, if you like. Then you mostly watch or end up watching what she wants to watch, you know. So sometimes also what you want to watch, you know. And I find this whole film industry and kind of keeping you occupied with films, as we say in Ireland, films and movies, tedious. Okay, I don't get any joy from watching the latest Top Gun or something. It just doesn't give me anything, you know. It's just, for me, it's like, oh yeah, it's a new Top Gun, but look, we have had a movie called Top Gun, so, you know, now of course in a new packaging and all that. It's not something that I'm interested in at all. I'd rather watch a really good documentary from Ken Burns or something, you know. Or some space news, you know, or whatever. It's just way more interesting to me, but that's how it is. We are not all the same, that's right. I know. So yeah. And only because I don't subscribe to his channel doesn't mean that I'm less valuable human being on this planet, okay? I always have this feeling that I get mistreated in there, you know, because I'm not paying. If I wanted to pay, if I could pay, you know, I would absolutely do it with both hands, just like Tarks does it, you know. But I'm just not in a position. I have today, let me just see what I have in my wallet. I have exactly 20 quid in my wallet right now, and that's all I have to my name. Okay, so it's January. There's very little business in the small town here. Then you can say like, oh, but why are you in the small town in the first place? Yeah, because you get older and you don't cope anymore with all the endless driving and the 50 customers a day that kind of tell you all kinds of stupid nonsense about why is it that their device broke, and then perhaps even when they get it back and find out that it's still not fully working after they dropped it from the 5th floor, and you tried your best to fix it for them, you know. So it's just nonsense, you know. In the end, we're talking about things like, of course, some people need it for their work, absolutely right, but some people also are just making way too much fuss. Okay, so we don't have any. That's bad. Okay, so I'm trying to kind of figure out why we don't plant trees here at the moment. There's definitely stone, which I need, which is great. So, and this is a coal mine, so we could just plant a few more trees here. Just see how it goes, and then get the rest of the stone. We need definitely some stone. I'm fairly low on stone. Otherwise I can't build more city walls. Okay, so yeah, for me this whole movie industry is just a distraction industry, obviously, of course, is some sort of form of recreation on this planet. Yeah. So, but it just produces, I think, like no good outcome. I mean, it produces talking points, sure. Which actor in which movie, kind of thing. Or what is his performance? So it's creating artificial stuff. I think if you wouldn't have that, we might actually be even interested to be a bit more involved in politics and things like that, because it seems like no matter where we look at, lots of people are extremely just change this around here, get them a little bit less and those a bit more. This is the deep clay mine. I need a lot of clay at the moment, yeah, well, I do have still some. Let's just see how that looks like. Pots. Yeah, so the pots. And I have to get my coffee as well. Hang on a second. Yeah. So when we see politics right now, no matter where we look, in which country or which nation, it's all a bit all over the place because people don't follow what's going on. So let's say like, okay, the rule makers don't bother us anyways. Yeah, like, I don't care about them as long as I pay my taxes or whatever. Yeah, that's unfortunately not correct. Because eventually you will end up with a government that is not working in your interest or deciding things that you're really against. So if you're not involved, you can't complain later on. And I think this whole heroin, if you like, of watching movies and things like that is just meant to melt your brain, kind of, Oh yeah, we have a merchant coming. Let's see what the story is with him. A very little beer as well. This is not good. Okay. Can't really do anything with him right now. I just don't have enough workers to get it all done. Okay, I need a certain amount of builders to keep all the buildings up and running. People who just carry stuff around, which is already not enough. And then you see all the other red numbers are basically places where I could use more, but I can't. Okay, so I'm missing easily 200 people. Okay. And so we're trying to get there. With sanitation not being great yet. Can't produce enough soap. Wells are okay, but wells on their own don't do the trick. You need to produce enough soap. Soap is depending on the farms and the hunter huts. Basic rules, very simple. If there's no leather, you can't build shoes. This is kind of a very basic rule. If X isn't present, Y can't be done. Okay, so now then we give ourselves some rules which make absolutely no sense. Cannot use mines in a zombie survival apocalyptic thing, in areas because it could offend somebody. Yeah, tough shit. I don't think when you think about it really yourself, if it ever comes to the point where, let's say, Russia unleashes and lays siege to Western Europe, and it's a fight for survival after the atomic dust cloud has passed. I don't think people care where mines are laying. Of course, they have to care in a way, but I don't think there's a set of rules that will apply. Where you say, okay, you can only use mines between 8 and 9 and only in a radius of. I don't think it will be like that. Okay, so it's a basic set of rules which makes no sense. Okay, either you are honest enough and just say, look, you know, you cannot control chaos, you know, trying to kind of get the chaos under control somewhat, you know. Just have to look at something there. Yeah, it's like the chaos theory, but there was another word for it that they used recently. So, yeah. The fact of this chaos theory is that everything that you touch and do will eventually end up in chaos. So if I don't clean up my room, then it will be very difficult to find my keys in the end, for example, because it's a complete mess. But it's not something that you, as such, can control. You can limit it somewhat in the sense of you clean up, you know, but then again, after a couple of months, it will look the same again, you know, and then you clean it up again, you know, that kind of thing. So you're fighting windmills, you know, you're wasting your time. And the end of the day, if you're let's say 85 or something, and you finally leave this planet, then you will find that you've spent about 5 or 10 years of your lifetime cleaning up stuff, you know, time that it could have been way better used, you know, to communicate with people or do something actually useful with your life, you know, go out there, have fun, you know, go and watch a museum or something, watch a good documentary, you know, instead of cleaning up. Of course, there are some things that you have to clean up because you think, okay, otherwise it's disgusting and you get sick from it. Well, the more you clean up and remove bacteria from your environment, the more your body will actually be struggling to fight those bacteria because you're not exposed to them anymore, you know. And then we have allergies and wonder why, because the body just can't cope with even the most simplest bacterium anymore. You know, because we have this crazy obsession to bleach everything and kind of make sure with the toothbrush to get in every single last crack, you know, to be absolutely sure that everything is in order, you know. So that's nonsensical, really. To a degree, obviously, you want to have a nice, clean life somehow. Yes, you can, but don't go completely crazy with it. It's not going to help you. It's not going to solve your problems. It might help you think. That is right. I can agree. Cleaning up is often good for thinking process as well. Lots of people do it to compensate. I've actually turned off the music here. Just see. Oh, yes. Ah, much nicer. What would be the world without music? Could actually, because I know this is usually a bit low in my settings here. So it's not going to be as dry a rant without soap, kind of, you know. And I mustn't forget my... This is really not handy. OBS is just... OBS and YouTube integration is just not exactly very great. I have to click the top chat window. If I detach it and put it onto another monitor, it will just minimize automatically if I have something in front of it. It's just like, why? Why would that happen, you know? How come? You know, when the chat is the most important part. If you don't know that you have to drag it really wide and open it up fully, then you miss out on some what people say, you know. It's just human logic, you know. Yeah, I'm just getting a renty old man, you know, and having lots of wood there. Needs to be collected every now and then. Okay, so let's see. So we said definitely the farms is one issue. I'm not quite happy about the iron production, even so it seems to increase here right now. But the problem is if I take too many people away from other tasks, then, you know, if I keep filling up on some, then, yeah, will cause shortages in other areas. And right now, biggest problem are shoes. There we go, which is fairly low. Oh. So is it just a just cause to ban somebody because he's breaking a rule? Most likely out of the perspective of the company or the owner, yes, sure. But of course, from the perspective of the person who got banned, you know, not so much. And the question is it like, you know, what is happening next is like, okay, now we have suddenly this huge discussion about it. Is it actually warranted? You know, does it make sense for the company to put themselves into such a thing, you know, having their top streamer being banning them from their own, it's just, yeah. I mean, you can shoot your foot in several ways, you know. I don't think this was the best idea, really, to be honest, when you think about it, you know. It's a bit like if you say, okay, Raykit is banned from Scum because X, Y, or Z. He did a lot of work for this game, you know, and then it would make absolutely no sense to ban him, you know, because he might have used a macro that wasn't allowed, you know. Yeah. Best location for this place. Can't fully avoid it. Yeah. Don't know if this is really the best place for it. You can see it. I'll move it around. The arrows go up. Probably be better. Lots of those places, if they don't have any walkers, will go because there's just no point really, you know. Nothing to collect from over years, and then or they got killed by the rebels. This is a game, you know, where you can actually press a pause button every now and then, you know. This is why I quite enjoy this in our busy lifestyles nowadays, to find still a game where you have an actual pause button, you know. That's actually quite something. Yeah. People are dying left, right, and center here. I don't know what that is. Don't have a well here anywhere close by. Perhaps. Oh yeah, there. Just upgrade it a bit and see what happens. Okay. So water source might be not in a great shape there. Yeah, we still have this farming issue. 16. That is spread between the code maker and the shoes, obviously. So I would need to buy most likely leather if I could. So not only He doesn't have any, that's bad. So I have to look out for this, very important. Buy some additional leather. So this is the core that I've, you know, the most important buildings in my opinion right now. I've put them all together. Soap makers and tannery, and then really close from the farm so that you have short distances for travel. Really need to upgrade this. I don't have enough planks. Okay, yeah, that was it. Okay, let me see what the story is with the blanks. I still have enough wood, that's for sure. I had increased this the last time. Just see here. Can't upgrade this because I need more iron. Those are pretty busy already. How about some firewood for the next winter? Yeah. They're working already full time. I have another setup here. What did I do with the... Oh yeah. Just try that. To get at least some planks going. Could probably use another hand there. So yeah, it's fairly complex. It's just not yet fully optimized, like I said, and some of the things are questionable a bit. It's like, let's say we produce cheese here. Okay, that was this, the cheesemaker, creamery, sorry. I have no way to say, okay, bring this cheese that they produce here and sell it on this market. Okay, something really simple and straightforward. And by itself, it just never really works. Okay, so cheese will never end up in here unless I cart it there myself with a cart. That's why I was moving this ox cart back and forward there, which is here. Right. So that seems to work, but I don't want to keep doing this all day. There should be a way to say, okay, distribute all cheese on all the markets, for example. You know, you would think that they just take it. I mean, even this one, you know, is really close from the cheesemaker, let's say here. This area there. It's not really a long distance. But most likely I have to put this further here, right? To make sure that we sell this there. So let's see if we try this theory and see what happens. Okay. If I could, let's say, put it... Still any space left? Not really. Market is here. Take those houses away, but then they might deteriorate again, so they seem to be quite happy as well, so I don't really want to kind of... they have everything they need, alright? They should be actually growing at some point. That? Oh yeah, okay, they don't have any other amenities. So I could put it there and just see what happens, right? This is pretty much the only free spot that I still have there. Be curious to see that. Oh yeah. And the rendering of the graveyard seems to be edgy there. Okay, can we change that? Looks bad. Bit of a weird logic to kind of I would probably have to cut this down. We do it like that. Ah, there. Okay. And then destroy this one. So yeah, do all rules make sense on this planet? Surely not. Do they all work? No. You know, when you think about this whole nonsense with the Ukraine war right now, where we used to guarantee Ukraine after surrendering their nuclear weapons arsenal, that we would do hell and more to protect them in case something happened to them. And now, 25 years later, nobody can remember it. When I put it up on X on Twitter, you know, that this was the original agreement that the Ukraine had signed, you know, I got so much hate. It was unbelievable. No, sorry guys, you know, this is what we agreed with them, you know. So in case they get attacked, we defend them because they gave up their nuclear arsenal, you know. And now we find ourselves in a situation where we just couldn't care less, you know. Yes, we've given so much money, you know, but people don't seem to understand what this means to that nation if they no longer exist, you know. It's a bit like, oh yeah, we agreed with the US that in case, you know, somebody attacks them, we help them out, and then it comes to that point and nobody gives a shit, you know, which is a bit weird to me, you know. So I think our efforts that we do right now are not even remotely close of good enough, you know. We're not serious about those things, and this will come back to bite us. Damn sure about that. Because the Russian Tsar has decided that he wants to take over half of Europe again, as it was back in the old days, and there's absolutely nothing that will change his mind on that. Okay, nothing. No peace treaties, no nothing. You know. So yeah. Get slowly a bit more there. Okay, cool. People don't like to live around those places. Okay. This is what I'm looking for, really. So coal looks better now as well. Great. I still would need to upgrade the iron, the smelter. Second smelter upgrade would be fantastic. bricks, yeah. Coming along as well. Yeah, things take their time, you know. It's like an old oil ship, oil tanker kind of thing, you know. If you do a change, like, okay, I want to increase, or I need 20 more workers in that profession, then it will take a couple of years before you actually see the change. So, it's quite amazing how this all works together. Let's give those good people a job, you know. We use this as well. I like to do that in winter, in the winter months when it's cold, to kind of get them working as much as possible indoors. That's bad. We'll definitely need some more firewood. Yeah. There's a red catcher missing. So you have red catchers here. They have to make sure. I see. This is like only for the fact that we don't have one right now. People die obviously in the game, so and then an area might become vacant. There's also none. What's going on with those red catchers? What the heck? Catching rats? Yeah. Yeah, you can argue, of course, and say, look, oh yeah, we spend so much money on things, you know, when it comes to enforcing our rules. You know, it's the same crowd, yeah, that tells us that if you don't pay your taxes, it's bad for you, who sign those agreements with nations and then don't abide by it. Okay, that's the same thing for me. An agreement that you have with somebody, you know, or a nation in this case, and then don't live up to it, but on the same time, you know, being as cheeky to tell you that, oh yes, but you have to do your taxes because otherwise you'll end up in purgatory. You know, it's just this fundamental problem that we have right now. You know, you expect one thing from one side and then another thing, you behave completely different on another side. I know. So that's the thing. It's, if rules would be kind of like the 10 Commandments, you know, and it would be enforced in that way, then yes, I think we would be in a better world, but people are just using those for their own purposes and for their own advantages, you know. And that's not only in games, but pretty much everywhere right now. So we have come off the path, that's what I'm saying there. It's funny. Those conversations that are going around as well today, again, about electric cars and vehicles, and oh my god, we don't have this or we don't have that, and it's like we don't have enough lithium on this planet to make it all work for every single person. You see, when the first car was hobbling down from Mercedes-Benz back in 1895 between Pforzheim and Stuttgart, there were no gas stations. Okay, it was actually handcrafted petrol in a laboratory and then filled into that thing before it was made to huff and puff and run down your road. You know, so it never stopped anybody to kind of come up with a brilliant idea to, hey, we should actually have gas stations. You know, imagine the concept. That would mean, you know, so this kind of thinking process is a bit shocking to me, really, to see that, you know, that people are so negative about those things, that we just dispute our own capability to learn, adopt, and kind of invent new things, you know. Yeah, it's shocking to see. Absolutely shocking. But hey, let's just rather go down the beaten path that we know of, and let's not develop any further. Would be bad for us. Yeah, from the same crowd that kind of says, oh yeah, I want our empire back. Ah, it's so annoying. You know, the way I see this, yes, of course, I mean, there are obviously also voices in the country where I used to grow up in, you know, that they want certain ways back, you know, which is definitely not a good idea. Because of overcrowding and stuff like that. But on the other hand, we don't want to care at all about what's going on abroad and why it is that people really come to our nations, you know. So we don't want to deal with it one way or another. And then be all surprised that we have right-wing parties roaming those countries again with crazy ideas of deporting people to concentration camps in Africa. That's essentially what it is, you know. Well, concentration camps were anyway not a German invention, we know that. Or if you know it, you know it. And if you don't, then maybe read up on it. You know, who actually invented it. You know, is that the answer to all our problems? Questionable. Who's going to clean the shit off the roads, you know? Maybe some robot eventually. Maybe some robot. Yeah, we have to do something about those farms. I hope they can produce. The wood planks have dropped again. I'm getting insane with this. So most likely the furniture makers took a lot of that as well. Sitzen eigentlich da. Klasse, oder? Yeah. Bit low, but hey. Now it's more the laborers that are missing, transporting the wood around and stuff like that. I'll just never come over 10 or so, unless I have the second foundry there. Well, I would have 4 foundries altogether, but I had set them to do only gold at a time when I had lots of gold close by here. And I should actually do only that. Let's see if that helps. Stones is better now. Okay, that's at least something. And then we had lots of wood here. Right, so we probably need a sawmill a bit further up there. I had already one at some point, but I can't remember. Oh, I didn't have... I don't have enough cows there. Okay, what did we do? What is that? Oh, too much waste. Okay. Okay. How is that possible? Waste facilities just here? Oh, I see. Okay. We had nobody to collect the waste from them, so... Okay. It's a problem. It's not really fixed, you know, so if I set one person here and it gets too short with the laborers, other places will just drop their workers again. And then you get those yellow kind of markers, like this, you know, bakery. Probably be a good idea to have another baker in there. So it's always kind of right in the moment. I just had set this just a moment ago, yeah, and then I have to set it again. That's kind of not really handy. I would like to have a fixed amount that is always filled on this, oh, but only on this one. Okay, this has to be up and running all the time. So if I could say automatically refill here, you know, as a button or something where I say this, because the only other option is to say it up here, auto refill all professions, but not just one, you know, so this is just missing somewhere. So getting the waste out of these towns is very important. Oh, let's see what he has. There's some meat to him, but he doesn't really want to buy this. Oh, but he has leather. Okay, oh, I need to transfer gold first, I guess, no? Maybe. See how much we can buy here. Buy and transfer. Yeah, so I think I just have to buy every now and then a bit of leather to make this work with the shoes, because this is just way too little. So here we have a problem that we don't have enough books. So problem is that there is somebody missing. And I guess. So let's see if that works. Somebody's sick. Dysentery again. I have enough iron to upgrade it yet. Not enough soap. Have we moved the cheese maker? Yeah, okay, here. So let's see what happens now. Yeah, and now we have cheese, okay. See that? So, okay. So we'll have to produce those things fairly close by the main markets. Not sure if I want to keep this there. Yeah, I mean, there is a good bit of a possibility that I might just restart the whole thing. There are some things that you just learn by doing so. And that might eventually look a bit chaotic in the end. Not be very productive. So at least we have the cheesemaker close by, this is good. So this should help overall with the income here, okay? Because obviously the more you have on the market, the more you can sell, more options. Strange is though that they sell the glass, you know, as counter argument, you know, and the glass maker is far, far, far away from here, you know. So I'm not sure if this theory is really right, or is it just coincidence? But hey, I mean, this seems to make sense right now, so okay. Gives me another room to build something else instead. Where do we have another market? There. Make it there. Okay. Found a spot. Just pause it because I want to finish that one building there. The transfer. Something like this. Oh yeah, but I probably don't have anything from him. Flour is fairly low as well. Yes, still steady. I could probably sell a few of those. 75. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Bit of medicine. I think I don't need all that medicine anyway. Let's see, has he got something that I might be interested in? Fish I don't need. Weapons I still have plenty of. Oh yeah, I have to look after my soldiers as well, because from the feeling it's about time again that they might strike. So I might just have to hire a few of those heads. Oh, we don't have enough though. We don't have enough people. It's nice, the castle. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely down to 0 there. Can we just reduce this perhaps? Does that make any difference? 50 would probably do. Let's see where we have most of our peeps. What catcher we unfortunately need. Farmer. That's already fairly low. Yeah, there's not much more room to maneuver, that's the problem. Lots of guardsmen. I could probably just see if I can reduce a bit the amount of towers. Somebody died. Funny. Yeah. From old age. Or the bookbinder. Oh yeah, okay. Oh. So we keep hovering around the 800 mark and just can't get any further than that right now. Interesting to see if you have this with the cheese wasn't just a wagon. Don't wanna hear it. Okay, so the planks production is not going up either. I probably need to kind of, I don't know, I think this was a good time here, but I think, oh yeah, we still have enough. Okay. Still need the iron, which I can't really improve any, nearly. I had so much grain, I don't have enough people in the mill either. So it's like there's so many different projects, you know, and just never enough staff. So it's this kind of management thing, you know. It's like in any modern business, you know. I think I've seen 6 of the major IT companies around Europe in my time, spell over 10 years, I'd say, doing all kinds of things. I've moved on a lot because I didn't like this place or that place, you know, just for various reasons. And it's everywhere the same. It's never enough staff. Okay, it's always kind of dancing on a beer mud. Budget, shoestring budgets, you know, that kind of stuff. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. This is a very far outpost, kind of far away from everything. Running out of stones. So we have some more. Oh, up here. That looks healthy. So this is really far out there. Yeah. It also depends somewhat on the area you are in. You might not have enough workers in one end of the town, but on the other end it looks much better. It's not the most successful pub, but I'd say, why not? You know, keep people happy. Oh yeah. Some more cheese there. Would be interesting to see, like on some games, you know, like with arrows or something, where this is actually distributed to. That would be so nice. Just to kind of see in which house it is going, kind of, you know. A bit like in SimCity back in the day. Okay. We might come near. Oh yeah, we needed that 200. What was it? They seem to be a bit far away from the fields, so maybe I need a new field there. Oh, I'm under attack. Here we go. So they do choose the same place again. Don't have a... Yeah, here we go. That's how it looks like when they attack. Okay. So, can only hope that we have enough people this time. Now, this is obviously here. So, the closest castle that I have is this. And then I can choose basically a combat area to get those 6 guys out there. Now, they should be well equipped. I'm not sure if they will be able to sustain this, but at least they can hold them up until my other defense mechanisms fall into place. Let's see. Way more in here, for example. Send them all the way up here as well. Might have to put them there. Yeah, I'll keep them there for now. Okay, let's see what happens. So with every year, those bandits become stronger. Okay, so that means you wanna increase your fortifications, make them better, have more towers, that kind of stuff. Now I could obviously have a castle really close by here at the moment. But as they can attack on every given time at every point, you need to distribute the castles. You can't really have it just at one spot, or perhaps like the Romans did on one central location kind of, and then have smaller places able to react fast. Another castle now. I probably don't even have the mods for this right now. Only hope that the tower can do some damage there. Seem to be a little short on defensive gear. Oh yeah, this was the problem the last time already. They can't seem to get there now. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, it might fail. Yeah, I wanted to upgrade this as well and forgot it. Let's use the wall tool here. Yeah. Upgrade, then prioritize it. Okay. Would need another tower here. Ooh. Oh yeah, my guys are making short work of them now. Okay, so this is not enough. Let me see. They are here. So I move the flag. So just say somewhere here perhaps. Just in case we have to break through by the time. Oh yeah, they're already through. Is where's this again? Oh yeah, this is the one behind. Okay. Obviously wrong timing right now, but hey, mostly into stones here. There we go. There's some stone left. Okay, so we'll have to keep the business running, obviously. So. So it shows also right away the huge map. So okay, let's just see. Until here and no further you shall go. Let's see if my... Oh yeah, no, he wouldn't. It's not exactly that they took anything, but it's... yeah, I think the tower will deal with the rest of them. Okay, so that's cool. So this has been thwarted. I can return already. Just going to close the door here for a moment there. It's just too cold here. It's unreal. I live in a very old house. Lots of effort of heating. Okay, so we lost a few people, but it's okay. It's I've seen way worse. If you're if half of your town is kind of being destroyed by them, you know, that's a different thing than losing 2, 3, 4 people, you know. So, and I think if the wall would be from stone there, then the tower would have a chance, and then I might need another tower here in that corner, and then I think we're good, at least from that side. But then they might again attack from the other side, so you just never be too sure where they are attacking from. But it was second time this spot, so let's say this is a trend. So fisherman is still okay. So yeah, they will clean eventually the dead and bury them. So maybe the bandits don't deserve a proper burial. I don't know. We shall see. The townspeople have in mind there. I think I had put up a new graveyard somewhere up there, because they were attacking from here at some point. Just put in one here. So this is the building menu. Trying to make a square. This is very small. Something like that. Should be enough. And winter is coming again, so still have enough funds. That's the most important part, because if you lose that, then all your amenities like the theaters and all those things don't work properly. Oh, I can upgrade the theater now. Ah yeah, but before I do that, I would most likely upgrade the farms. I've not upgraded it yet, so I have no idea how it looks like. Okay. So this one I have upgraded, I think at least. Yeah, there's no option to do it, so I guess I have to. I have had it already upgraded. So, but what we want to do is obviously deal with the farms. We need way more leather. Still don't, oh yeah, they don't have enough people. Let's just get them as many as we can. And still upgrade it. It's still at 163. Ah, this is really annoying. You know, you would think like with full staff at the sawmill that you would kind of get them going, kind of, but yeah, it's just not enough to go around. It's a constant struggle, you know, to kind of keep the most important buildings up and running and on full production capacity, kind of. But then again, you know. Okay, so the Cooper is doing a good job. So all my goods are stored in barrels. That's handy. So that means they don't go to waste so quickly. They last longer. There's just nobody there. Okay. Yeah, this is 0. Constantly thinking if I could reduce somehow the amount. Miners, we have a look at miners and see. You know, a typical political thing, you know, is like, let's hit the miners first, you know, with job cuts. Big story in Germany at the moment is farmers having or getting their tax reduction reduced on biodiesel. So farmers in Germany are allowed to fuel their tractors and farm equipment, farm machinery tax-free, basically, if they use biodiesel, okay? And no other business that I know of anyway has kind of a foundation like that, where I think this one is going to die, I think, sitting out there in the cold. So yeah, there is just no such thing. So this is kind of a bonus towards the farmers that they have been used and accustomed to for many, many years. And now the government says, okay, we cut this, okay. We don't want to have this anymore. That, however, confronts the farmers with forking out suddenly, for average size farm, about 70,000 euros a year on extra costs that they have to put out on their own pocket. So that means when they have to go next time to the gas station and fuel up their tractor or wherever they get it from, and they have to fork out the money. And you have to have the money, obviously, in order to get it done, you know. There's no way that they can just write it down and pay next month or something like that. It's not how it works in Germany. Well, mostly anyway. And that is the main reason why they are striking right now. Obviously, they want to keep this tax bonus, if you like. So it's a fundamental question. Do we kind of hit the farmers first, or do we hit some other group first, you know? Is it a good idea to hit those who provide us with the food? Good question. I just light a fire under this one, so. Yeah, this is already set to priority. Okay, it was just the one. Okay, so I need another tower here, so we'll pick one out of those, perhaps. Just take this one. I might as well. See how that goes the next time. So, but at least I have a bit of time now. They don't come all the time, you know. I had already cases in the heydays when I had 1,000 inhabitants that they would come with rams and stuff and tear down my walls and stuff, and I haven't seen this now in a while. Oh, as a forager, okay, so I was wondering what is he doing out here? You know, all by himself in the middle of winter. Good way to die. Yeah, I had some huge deposits here, but I've all used them up already. This had a boom for a moment. It's like a gold rush, you know, then you build kind of a town, suddenly develops in one area, and then a few years later it's all over, and then, yeah, very different then. Now the boom seems to be more here. Okay. Well, I don't mind about the gold so much, because it takes a long way to transport it and then smelt it down, you know. Involves a lot of people doing that. So sale is obviously a better idea. Perhaps some of the stuff that we don't need anyway. So, okay, so they're doing the gold here. So they have only one purpose, smelting down the gold. And then hopefully store it in the right place here. Okay, so you see, it's not like, I mean, I have this build already for a while and there's never really a whole lot of money in there. But you need a building like that because the bandits are after this. Obviously, that's the first building they would attack instead of kind of going on a rampage through the rest of the town. Sure. Just not enough stuff. Brewers, what's the story with the beer? It's definitely going down now, but mostly to waste. Just praising the Cooper, but I have only 3 barrels left. Beer is going up slightly. Shoes are going up slightly. Soap is still an issue. Sure. What to do? That's the question, really. Is there a way out? Good to see there's new life. Okay, they work full throttle. What are they producing? 600 milk. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, okay. So 600 milk. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. Okay. Seems to be the one with the main milk producer. Good stuff. So let's see. No, beer is still not an option. Candles, I could sell a few candles most likely. Candle maker, beeswax, we still have so much beeswax. Oh yeah, and we have reached the 200 planks. Finally upgrade this place. So then there's, I think, one other farm left somewhere. I can't remember where now. This is already a large one. This is a large one. Was it perhaps the last one? Yeah. But I mean, I would have still some space to build some new zone that is really required, because you'll just never get enough. If you have a maximum of 16 cows per farm, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had 5. Oh yeah, the one up there is the one here. This one is still a small one. So potentially 5. 5 times 16. Okay. Producing leather for you. So we're not even at 100 leather a year. And then you have, however, 1,000 people who need shoes. And shoes... Oh yeah. We need one pelt per shoe. So this is probably the crux. You would it's like 1 pelt per. You know, this is where this goes wrong in the game. I just realized it, because obviously from a cow skin, you know, you most likely do more than 1 pair of shoes, okay? But here in the game, it's 1 per 1. So that means, let's say if you have 85 leather, then you need all the 85 leathers to create 85 shoes. But most likely in real life, you would probably produce, I don't know, several hundred pair of shoes out of that material. But here, unfortunately, in the game, it's not. And that means you're running out of shoes. And if the town grows, you have a natural way of kind of limiting it, because people will wear their shoes out and then go barefoot, get injuries, die from infections, you know. So this is the kind of way they keep the balance right now, that it's not getting too large, because most likely there are some graphical challenging issues if you have, let's say, 10,000 people or something like that. So... as it is not optimized yet. So this is the way to keep the balance somewhat, you know. I'm sure there are some videos out there where people have already 10,000 people, surely. But it's just all depending on the map, you know. If you have that much luck that you can put everything really close by without any interruption, then yeah, great. But as soon as you have to fork out a little bit, people need shoes. or you have to have a super fantastic sanitation kind of in that sense that everybody has enough soap that it doesn't matter, you know, if you will go barefoot. Like in Scum, you know, people get infections when they walk barefoot. Looks like the red catcher has again some issues here. What's the story with him? Where is he anyway? Yeah. There's the building, so I should see the other buildings. Not really the most push on this one here. New area. Something like this. Oh yeah, he's dealing with them. What's this one? Move this one around a bit. Yeah. Like that. Okay, so that makes more sense. So yeah, might be enormous costs, but I like to have it rats and pestilence. Oh my god. Big issue. If your population dies, then nothing works and this whole thing becomes a ghost town. To upgrade the farm. Put a priority note on this so that they get it done. Ideally before, well, won't get this done before winter. Unlikely. So now that we have that much iron, still a problem. Got attacked by some boars, I think, in that forest up there not too long ago, so there must be something out there. Perhaps in one of those undiscovered areas or something. Seems, I'm not sure, I have the feeling that sometimes you discover more if you have some houses in the area and people are passing by, so they might just discover more resources again. Work. Let's see if we can give him a bit of a scouting job up in this direction, perhaps. We'll see. Just leave it as it is right now. This is the boarhead, okay. So with the deer you often see, let's see if I have an example there. There. If you hover over it, you can see down here is a deer. So you can usually see the area and then like this. But with the boars, it's not sure if it's not working, or is it just because I have no boar anymore in the area, but then usually the boar head would disappear, so boars were roaming around down here for a while, even though the head was here, so they don't necessarily are always at the same spot. This is what I mean. So they're not going to be in a 5-meter radius around the indicated area, but they might just be roaming, you know. A trap there. Okay. Missing water a bit. Shoes are actually not too shabby there. Hide coats, yeah. Just upgrade the well there. So upgrading also improves a bit the area, kind of. It's a bit borderline. Sometimes it's just enough to upgrade a well and then you're good again. Desirability. Okay. Upgrade this as well. Upgrade. So they moved. The tower, that's great. Okay. So let's see what happens next time. I mean, it's already pretty successful, so they don't really kind of get in there to get, you know, steal your stuff, you know, plunder your warehouses and stuff like that. So that's kind of under control somewhat. But I think if I had a bit more materials, I would most likely have another castle building here. But let me see what it costs. Need this right now. This. It's all about the upkeep. I could afford it though. Maybe we just do that instead of having the tower there, perhaps. I'll just save one of those towers and. It's extremely cold, eh? It's, wow, unbelievably cold at the moment. Of housekeeping here. So, what do we do? Do we replace it with the tower that is up there? Maybe perhaps cancel this one, move the other one down there and put the barracks up there. That'd be an idea. I had this done up on the top because it's obviously a logistically cool place. If they pass by, they get hit by the tower with +6. So that should help. They used to break through the northern wall there. They would just come run down over the field sometimes and then the tower would take care of them. But the barracks could do the same thing. They have a separated tower. So I'll just cancel this. And move this one instead. Down there. Just have a comfort break there for a moment. So you gain some, you lose some. Two immigrations and then two dies. Two villagers are dying. And or have died now. Yeah. It's back to that rules idea, you know. You just think that you don't need all those foreigners in your countries, you know. But then again, you have a shortage on labor, left, right, and center. I found it so extremely weird that beginning of this story with Ukraine, we didn't trust that the Ukraine could handle certain weapons types and things like that. We treated them like people from, or like even like monkeys or something, you know. So like, oh, they will never be able to do that. What a nonsense, you know. You just don't trust in your own people, and you don't trust any foreigners who could do that for you, kind of, you know. It's just a weird time at the moment. No. We all love tacos, but we don't want Mexicans. This is kind of... yeah. Just this insanity. Total insanity. So now we can move this one down here. Yeah. Oh, they finished even the wall. Lovely. Okay, we need this entrance on that side. We can put it there. We have to put it there. It's a bit of a swampy area there, so not exactly very handy. So we can connect this with the road. Make it a bit more accessible. Okay. Still have so much corn there. So that is at least under control, so that's good. There are certain cycles that are set for the fields, basically to just produce. But it looks at the moment that they can't use up all the goods that they produce. Bread is not too bad. Flour could probably be a bit more, and beer is missing. I've had already 5,000 beer, 7,000 beer at some point. Furniture maker struggling to keep up with all the requests. Yes. Oh yeah, not a surprise. Oh yeah. Intoxicated. So just came from the pub. Okay. It's funny, sometimes they just fall over or have fights when they come out of the pub. It's funny enough that this this game seems to be more CPU bound. The graphics card, even with streaming, is just using about 75%. And it's a RX 6600, so it's not really a super fantastic card, but yeah. So what's the story here? Old Miller. Yeah, there's nobody left again, right? Yeah. definitely need more inhabitants. Four. Thought he had a paddle in his hand. Back flashes to scum. So nobody in this region. Okay. Fruits are fairly low here, so oh yeah, it's most likely because the preservist building is using them all up. You see. Oh, this is this. Okay. Still nobody there. Yeah, they are quite productive, so maybe you can. Maybe they can do it also with two, and have somebody instead of that cutting the wood. No. Okay, still not. Doesn't work like that, you know. Already part of a bigger problem. Nuts. Dutch nuts. Let's use that. Not that I would have somebody for this place anyway, but yeah. Still do something about desirability in here. It would need a theater, that's the problem. That would be a game changer then. Yeah, it would affect most of the village really. Cost a lot of money though to build it, you see. 1,250. I need a bit of clay. Not sure if you're done with the upgrade for the farm yet. Let's see. No, we're not. So we'll have to be cautious with those planks yet. So yeah, this would be the only kind of really effective way of kind of getting desirability back into this area here. Could obviously build some decorations or something. I mean, we have 2 pubs already. We have a baker and a healer. Healer house, this one. Very low on water, huh? Oh yeah, they have no water there. Okay. Let me see. Sources. There's a well up there. There's another one over there by the brewery, but nothing on that side by. Okay, no space there. There perhaps. Let's do that. And see how that fares. This might be too close to the other well, but at least it would be covering this. And I have one there. I probably need that. So we'll see. Let's have it built and then take it from there. We have no bows here. That's bad. Production. This is really bad. Second. We're seeking shelter. Okay, we need bows. We need wood. We just road this whole area here. Use that. Didn't have a bow maker there, so I just move one of those. Where was it? I think where it was. Oh yeah, here, this one. Right. Move this over here. I'd cut down on the bow makers because I had so many bows and arrows. Might not be the case anymore now, so. Yeah, that's where all the bows are. So I could move this one temporarily at least. And just see. Arrows, yeah. Weird. And they have bows here, so I don't know. Oh yeah, here. But how come they don't have any then? What the? That was really odd now. Okay. I mean, this thing is... I had that built exactly there for that reason. So hang on. Just cancel that. No. We have to cancel this job as moving. That was a serious lag just now there. Come on. Oh, it's just no longer here already. Okay, it's not choosable. Well then. I had this bow maker here to keep take care of this place because obviously, but we have so much materials already in here. This will not go dry anytime soon, I'd say, so we can maybe just move the other one over to the other side or something. Keep it as it is. Then move this. Not sure if I want to do that there, because if they come through the wall, then that's the first one, the first place they're going to rob. One up there. Let's do it here. Still not enough people. Okay. Let's see what the merchant has to offer here. Not a whole lot. Nothing that I would immediately require. Yeah, no. Would be nice to see a few more traders. You get already more traders if you upgrade the trading center here. Get a better selection if you like, but it's still limited somewhat, you know. It's all about the combinations, so one trader might have, I don't know, cheese, bricks and stone, and another one has weapons, is focused on blacksmithing products. Furniture, yeah. Okay. Looks like they got my farm finally done. 70. Empty. Yeah, would probably be a good idea to kind of tell them to kind of get a bit of wood as well again. If they do, just increase that a little bit. You have to get it already from a very far distance there, so it takes forever to go all the way down to the furniture maker, but I have 2 or 3, I don't know, locations. Maybe here's something on it. Oh yeah, you would buy my cheese, that's good. It's nice. Nice. It's a healthy sum. So cheese is one of my main export goods. Add another 500. That's what keeps you afloat in the end. Okay. So just with the pubs, bakeries and things like that, markets, you just can't cover all the costs. So you have to export at some point. Let's see if he has some other things I might need. I'm really low on that kind of stuff, so defensive armor. What is this? Oh, this is one of those. Okay. Not sure where I would choose this one. Raiders and wildlife are more deadly and aggressive. Just to keep it more interesting, perhaps, in endgame. But yeah. Unless you want to force people to die more. You could control it in that way, probably, yeah. Get the idea. Let's get a few defensive items going here. I know some of my guys are a bit low on gear. At the moment, the main place where the attacks happen. Just thinking right now. Farm. Let's check the farm. Still not quite done yet. Like my grazing area here, so very handy. Yeah, problem with the leather, obviously. So leather and shoes. Oh yeah. Don't have enough people to work on this. It's just too little butter for the entire bread. Miners are back up. It's already reduced. Sand. Ah, this is not enough. Yeah, that's just the challenge, you know. You would think like they have more production kind of, but obviously with now 2 glass makers, and they need 10 each. They only produced 3 or so. Last year 90. 12 months. Get the idea. It's not a whole lot, so this will not cover those 2. So I need a second sand pit at some point. For now I will just increase it if I need to. I don't have enough workers. So they are missing in other areas as well. Okay. Let's slim the rest of the cheese as well. Let's see what the other one has to offer. Oh yeah, the candles. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, weather in Germany is extreme at the moment. Here in Ireland it's a bit, yeah, it's just very cold, you know. It's luckily no ice rain and none of those, none of those snowy areas. Snow would cause here absolute havoc, even if it's just a tiny little bit of snow. Of course, that all shops are closed and everything is kind of grinding to a halt. People don't even have winter tires, most anyway. Just reduce this a bit. And then clay mine. Don't want to reduce this too far. This is okay. Must be a bit unlucky there. There's already here burned, and it's not even summer. Oh, okay. Lots of messages there. Oh, the bear's running after the card. That's not handy now. Yeah, but there's not much I can do about this until she reaches the tower, hopefully. Alive and in one piece. More coal there. Good. I had an area here where I was just taking some stones and stuff. Also a long time ago. So this gold rush feeling again, you know, you build an area which is good for 15-20 years and then suddenly all the resources are gone and just move on. It'd be nice if we would get a few more people coming in. At the early gameplay, you have lots of people joining your city, maybe 15, 20, 30 people, and now in the late game it's always about 3 or 4. My card is empty as well, so... And the story with the cheese, did that work now? No. So it doesn't matter where the cheesemaker is located, basically. There is no way at the moment to kind of control where the cheese they produce is actually going. It would be nice to say, get this cheese from here to there. That would be the idea. But you can't really do that. So you can use the card, go back and forward. But that's pretty much your only option. They don't even store it here anymore, so I'm not sure where they store it. It's weird. was talking with Jan yesterday about Hutmacher, about the old profession of making hats and caps and all those things. And that might be an idea here for this game. Hat maker. But I like a luxury item or something. Be handy to oh yeah, that's what I wanted, was the barracks, and they're done with the planks now. 38 planks left. Okay, not a whole lot, but what does it need? Only 40, so I'm willing to wait a bit. Let's build some barracks. Or did I? No, I didn't dedicate that place yet. No. Can't build it because it's just not enough materials. Ah, slope too steep, it says. Okay. Okay. So we have the... This would do. Let's do it like this. Oh, yes. I'm... stupid me. I had built the road. That's an interesting bug now. Can I actually just cancel that, I guess? Ignore this. Just leave the road. Build the graveyard perhaps next door to it. Okay, so that makes more sense. I was building the road first, or was it first? No, first I was building the graveyard and then the road. Somehow you could do this. Was a weird moment there. Alright, no problem. It's still early access, so can't really say anything about it. It's, however, one of those games, you know, where I'd say, okay, even in early access is really well worth playing, okay. This is a game I played before Christmas most days. Just it felt really right. Played around that time, you know. All the snow and stuff and different seasons. I just need to check something quickly. Let's see if I have this. Where do I have this? No, I don't want to have this here. I want to have this there. Okay. Interesting. So I'm just getting some tips and tricks from YouTube at the moment. Keyframe seconds. It's probably something something I cannot set right now while I'm live, but okay, let me just see. Output. Okay, settings menu of advanced. So I can also set the keyframes in the while choose value based on the video. Yeah, I don't think it looks bad really, you know. Let me just see. So I'm not sure if all the messages are really relevant that I'm receiving here every couple of minutes from YouTube, you know. Let me just see. Let's see how this looks and feels. Yeah, I mean, it feels okay, so, but it's definitely something I will take on board and just give it a try next time around. It's just really annoying that every time I open another window, that the chat box is just minimized, and then I have to kind of click in my stream around to get it back. It's just not handy. It should be always on top. There should be a setting somewhere now. I have to find this out tomorrow. Okay, no problem. Yeah, it's just gone again. It's just like catching mice, you know. It's like, oh my god. Click on it to stay open. Just stay open permanently. You know, it's not rocket science. I probably need to use my studio for that instead. Most likely. Just see if I have this here. I don't really wanna. Yo. Here we go. Sure. And then I would need the chat box. Yeah, I mean, integration works a good bit better on Twitch, but therefore Twitch has other issues, you know, so don't really prefer Twitch to YouTube, but it's just a matter of getting used to certain ways. I used to stream in 2015 for quite a while as well, and it's just a matter of getting used to the new stuff. So let's try it one more time with OBS, and I don't like that this opens up constantly. Is that opening twice now as well? Weird. It's just weird how the integration works with OBS and YouTube. It's just mind-boggling. Okay, would be so much easier. You know, just have a permanent proper chat box that is open at all times and that you can drag to another monitor without closing it when I open something else. Yeah, weird. Just weird. I would have said in 1983, I would have said, yeah, challenging, you know. But in 2024, I would say, why is it not there? Why is it so difficult? Okay, let's not complain too much. I'm happy what I'm doing right now. So, okay, let's just go back, sort out my head. So we definitely have enough coal now. That's great. Iron is going a bit down now. We still don't get over the magical 20 mark. Iron bars. This is going up now. This is good to see. I've used most of the leather that I bought. I bought 100 and some. And it's going down as well. But it doesn't automatically translate into more shoes. You see that? So that's a bit disappointing. So we need just way more leather. That's the thing. More farms and way more farms. Okay, so let's see if we can get this somehow done. entirely sure if way more workers would translate into way more production. I mean, they have a limit on 18, so you know, it's just a matter of when the cow escapes kind of and runs wild loose in the city center, town center, or whatever. I know. More here. So could use another farm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have using those 3 here at the moment, so we could have another one here or somewhere here. So down at the corner most likely. Okay. Food. Is it? This one. The barn. We have to be able to reach a point where leather is no longer a problem, you know. Oh, the soap maker is empty altogether. Great. What I'm looking for. It's basically the same that I just did about an hour earlier. Just assigned them to maximum, but they will be, if there are not enough workers, they will be taken from other areas. You know, so yeah. Would love to see that there's a fixed value kind of in those that can never be less than that. So autofill them by building would be a great option. Oh yeah, I had another set here. How many shields do we have? Yeah, this is okay. So there, yeah, okay, this is what that was, yeah. Okay. There's another foundry. Yeah, so this looks okay. My main armory crafter, armor crafter, it was this one. Definitely need some more people in here. Reduce the shields. Like that. Probably be a good idea. So I just have another quick comfort break. Bear with me, guys. Back in just a second. I hope I don't, you know, you never get attacked during winter time or when the cat is hungry. So. rosy. So I'm going to have a bit of a crunch in a moment, so I think I'll leave it off for now. I'll be streaming pretty much every day. Every now and then I need to set a few things that bugs me now with what YouTube just reported there. It's not always that I get this message, sometimes I do, and not with all games, obviously. Could be just the fact that it's not optimized, you know. This is still in early access, and I'm getting, while playing, only about 30 frames and 2K. In Scum, for example, I get 70 to 100 and some, you know, depending on the region. So there's just graphically way too much going on here right now. I'm streaming for about 3 hours now as well. So what I'll do, I leave it off for now, okay? So if you want to see more of this kind of content, then just make a note in the comments, subscribe to the channel. If that's maybe more of a game that is kind of relaxing during the night hours, if you have difficulty sleeping or something, you know, and you just like to listen to rainfall and stuff anyway with a bit of commentary while you try to sleep. Yeah, okay. So I'd say thanks for watching, and see you next time.